Hello! So, it's this time of year, y'all. Everyone's getting their plans for the next year, resolutions, and all that good shit. I thought it would be a good thing to reflect on past years, artistic journey, and my YouTube channel. So the footage that's playing now is a little speed paint of a new AG Witchy tattoo flash sheet I painted the other day. It's just there for your eyes to rest upon something while I'm talking. So this past year hasn't been the best. Last few years haven't been the best. But I'm staying hopeful. In the very first video I ever uploaded to this channel that since now has been deleted, I was outlining why I decided to start uploading YouTube videos. Without really getting into it, I was very depressed and needed something to keep my mind and hands occupied and feel accomplished a little bit. Learning new skills like video editing and, setting up the camera and figuring out how to make YouTube videos and stuff like that helped a good bit. Editing a lot of time is very repetitive and requires a lot of focus from me, so it prevents me from wallowing in self-pity. It's kind of like meditation, I guess. I think generally it's kind of funny how people put so much hope in something so arbitrary, like changing of the year number, but I think it's good to reflect on what happened within the time frame. So art-wise, I think I did a little bit of improvement, not necessarily anything mind-blowing, but I think that I got a little more mindful about how I approach my artwork and how I study it. I did get a lot more serious about art than I was a couple years ago, so that's nice. I have managed to grow a little bit of following over the last year too, and I have nobody but you guys to thank for it, so thank you very much. I never thought I would get any following, ever, to be quite honest, but the channel has been growing slowly but surely. It's been a lot of fun trying different things for this channel, which I think also was very beneficial to developing my artistic skill. Overall, I'm very happy that I have decided to start uploading videos to YouTube, because it turned out that it's something I really love doing, and I think I might have waited till possibly too late to start, because in my opinion, YouTube has peaked a while ago, but, we'll see where it all brings us. I wanted to start uploading videos since probably like 2011 or something, but I never started because I didn't think I was good enough and ended up putting it off for years. Do I regret not starting the channel sooner? Fuck yeah, but no point to cry about it. What I have to say to somebody who's thinking about creating content but is worried about not being good enough, just try your best. Try to make a video that is as good as you can do at the moment. The first video is not gonna be perfect no matter how hard you try or how long you think about it, and most likely you're gonna end up hating it anyway. So yeah, it's not gonna be perfect, so why wait? You're gonna learn along the way, and you can't really know if you're gonna like it or not unless you try it. Also, I think that in general nowadays it's a lot easier to find great free software for pretty much anything. Video editing, music, audio editing, all sorts of stuff. Same goes for equipment. Smartphones are very decent nowadays and they can get you through quite a long time before you have a need to upgrade your equipment. I have a few videos that were filmed on my iPhone 6s, and I also have a few videos that have been filmed on a $50 web camera, and I do use fairly cheap equipment that I either already had or I bought, but I'm a very cheap person, so I buy very cheap equipment. And I use mostly open source, cheap or free software. I actually have a video in the works about my broke bitch setup, which I'll probably drop in a couple weeks. But what I'm trying to say is, if you want to create the content, do so. Just be patient and don't stress about numbers. So let's chat a little bit about what my artistic plans are for next year. I will try to keep the resolutions and plans pretty specific, because I think that people a lot of times shoot themselves in the foot by making very vague plans and resolutions like eat healthy or exercise and stuff like that. So my artistic plans for 2020 are: first, make more fan art for properties that I really like. Might sound a little weird as an artistic goal for the year, but I was continuously told that regularly posting fan art for fandoms that you care about is one of the best ways to start growing your following. Which, growing following is not necessarily my main goal in like creating artwork and posting content on the internet, but I think it's a good thing to do, you know. It opens new directions that you can go in. So I'd like to try that. The second is make more finished illustrations. I draw a lot of characters just floating in the void, and I feel like that makes me stagnate because I continuously stay within my tight little comfort zone, and you can only grow so much while staying in a very limited space. The third is practice perspective. I have talked about it for a little bit in some of the previous videos, that I have very poor grasp on perspective, and that still stands. I still have zero knowledge of perspective. Not much to tell about it, to be quite honest. It's just a weak spot in my art knowledge. So the fourth one, and possibly the biggest one, is to start working on a short comic I have in mind. I have talked to somebody about it not too long ago, and they have strongly encouraged me to start working on it. I still have very little idea as to where exactly to start with it. I have an idea and an overall plot mapped out, but I am a very bad writer. I struggle a lot to even write scripts for my videos. If you have been watching my videos for a little while, you might have noticed that a lot of times I struggle to finish sentences, and somehow it also translates into my writing. Like, I will start something and then it just never comes to a resolve. It just never gets wrapped up nicely. I think I will start slowly with maybe creating some concept art and reference sheets for the characters and see where that brings me. I have a hard time doing world building, and I don't really have friends who'd be able to help me with that. I think reaching out to somebody more knowledgeable in those things would be nice, but I don't really know how to network as I'm a giant shut-in, and even more so lately since the last few years have taken a little bit of a toll on my mental state, so I'm not necessarily a very social person anymore. Which brings me to the next point. It's not necessarily art related, but just general thing I'd like to improve is to try to make friends and actually stay in touch with them. You know, being a loner is fun and all, and you know, it's like sad girl memes and shit like that, but it's just something I haven't been great at, stay in touch with people. I typically avoid any interaction with people if things don't do great, because I don't want to come across as needy or weak, I suppose. Or I don't know, I just don't want to bump other people out because I'm sad or some shit like that. At the end of the day, it just doesn't benefit anybody, and I end up losing what friends I had, and I feel like a lot of things in this world are very dependent on networking, and it's not necessarily just like growing, you know, your social presence or anything. It's just in general nice to have friends, you know. So I would like to maybe start being a little more social. I don't really know how I'm gonna approach it, but I think I'll start with just like responding to texts and messages and stuff, and we'll see if I get better or not. But yeah, I think that'll be it for the video. It's a little bit of self-reflection and cautious hopefulness. We'll see what the next year will bring us, and let me know about your plans and resolutions for next year if you can relate to me. That'd be great. And what would you like to better in your life? So if you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, or don't, I don't really care. Do all that good shit, and I'll see you next time. Bye!